lovely ladies and gents in the world. This is Arcangel Reviews, and I am your host, Daniel O'Brien. And this is going to be my second review overall. The film is A Star Is Born, starring Bradley Cooper, who not only stars in it, but also I believe it's his directorial debut, and Lady Gaga. Now initially when people said to me Lady Gaga was in the film, and I heard about it, I wasn't overly thrilled. I've seen her in a couple of interviews, and bear in mind, only a couple of interviews, and I was never taken by her as a person. Granted, maybe those things I shouldn't take as granted for anyone as a person until I meet them in face-to-face person. But hey-ho. She is in a TV show which, for the life of me, I could have looked up and did that better, but sadly, no. I don't know what TV show she's in, but people have told me in this TV show that she's in, she is absolutely amazing. Her acting ability, outstanding. So, I went in not thrilled that she was in the film, but with that in mind, was curious. And I gotta be honest, if Bradley Cooper's gonna cast her and star alongside her, again, that brought some comfortability to the factor. Wonderful film. From my understanding, in talking to other people about this film coming out, there was 2 other renditions of it, and they loved them, and they are unique to those actresses who become the star. Quick rundown for those of you who may not be all that familiar with it or haven't seen it yet. Basically, Bradley Cooper is the famed rock star, goes about celebrity life and all that jazz. Lady Gaga's character and the other renditions before, the woman of the film, sort of just everyday person, wants to aspire more, loves to sing, loves to do all that jazz, and comes across the rock star, the already famous singer Bradley Cooper in this version. And they become infatuated with each other, and through him she becomes a star, and the unfortunate part is his stardom plummets and she takes the lead, and there is a form of jealousy within that. In this particular film we see all of that happen, and the singing, absolutely mind-blowingly brilliant. Loved all of it. I remember reading this review where Lady Gaga convinced Bradley Cooper, when they did the song numbers, it was to be done in front of a live audience. And she convinced him, because she says whenever she goes to a film and they are lip syncing to it, she can always tell, and it always annoys her. So she convinced him otherwise to do it live. And I think I actually see it in this film, and it does come off better. Now, I don't know how many of the times they do it, but the overall feel, it does feel more genuine. And watching Lady Gaga's performance, again, I was blown by how she performs, and the overall film itself is just pure and absolute honesty. And I loved it. I loved every minute. I can't believe how much I love the film. I'm actually gonna go looking for these other 2 renditions prior to this film to see what they're like. I'm expecting them to be very different. I'm not gonna take anything away from these other 2 versions, whether I like them or not. They were clearly great films at the time, hence why this film was done now. And I think it's just absolutely brilliant. This is where we're going to get into some spoiler conversation. So if you don't want to listen to it, maybe pause it, maybe go watch it, come back, or if you're not all that fussed, keep on watching. But I will be talking about things that happen. So in the film, you see all the things I mentioned, and the overall sad part is you do see Bradley Cooper's decline very heavily, and it's a bit dumbstruck. And the moments you do see those, and it goes back to what I was saying about how honest the film is, maybe I didn't pick up on it, I've only seen it the once, but those heartfelt moments, whether it be Bradley Cooper's decline or other moments, there's no background noise, there's no music, no serenading part. And I loved that. I honestly did. Maybe you didn't, maybe you think it should have felt better with music, but no. I honestly believe it gave it more honesty, more truth, more nakedness to the scene on how that character's feeling. And sadly, at the end, when he's had a conversation with Lady Gaga's character's agent about how his lifestyle, how he's reckoning himself, is destroying her future career, and because of that, he should leave her. He loves her too much, and they have a conversation at one point where she basically says, "Oh, something's happened, and we're gonna be able to stop the tour early." And he realizes it's because of him, and it is because of him. And at the end, big spoiler now, been warned. The big thing at the end is he commits suicide. There were parts of it I wasn't sure if it was drawn out too long, and there's a part of me that thinks, is it the right kind of balance, because they were cutting between other things, and I'm not sure if it slices too well, but the overall impact still hits you. And that final number by Lady Gaga, when they're basically doing a celebrity singer send-off tribute, it's very powerful. And I like the fact that where it started on him at the beginning of the film, as the rock star, as the famed person, it ends on her. And I think it's just overall brilliant. If you haven't seen it, I know this review is really late, it's been out for some time. I saw it really late, but I was determined to see it despite how late it is, and I've seen it and I loved it. I do advise going and seeing it, and if you have seen it already, or you're going to see it because of this, great, thanks by the way. Drop in the comment section below and tell me what your thoughts and feelings on it were. Do you agree with me in the fact that it was very honest? Do you believe that the other two renditions that I've not seen yet, that I'm going to go see, are better than the modern version now? Or do you have a preference in the three? Is there a ranking that you prefer? Maybe Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper's number 3, 2 or 1, and the others have their own place for you. Drop in the comments section below, have a discussion, and we can have a discussion together. This is what films are all about, talking to each other. You may agree with one thing, I may not. I might say one thing that you don't agree with, or we agree on the same thing altogether. Maybe you notice things that I've not noticed and not mentioned. Just let's talk about it. This is what films are all about. And until then, catch you in next time. Bye bye.